Sarah, you really added something special to the Guatemala Stove Project this year, not just because of your age, being 23, you helped all of us see things through a different light, and we had younger people, and then most of us were more sort of middle-aged and older, but also because you're an artist. I think you helped us all look at things in a different way. So I think it would be interesting for you to tell us what you really were thinking. You were there with people different age, and did you enjoy your trip? Did you get something, maybe something different than we got out of it?
I had a fantastic time, and working with such a wide age group really isn't a problem for me. I get along with a lot of older people, and I hang out with them sometimes in my free time in Ottawa. Like, I don't have a problem with that at all, because people are people, and I enjoy just different kinds of people
and
in the same kind of way. And the project, I'm a very adaptable person, so being put into this kind of environment and this kind of experience was easy for me. I didn't struggle with it like a lot of other people did. I wasn't really emotional like a lot of people were. I mean, I had a couple moments that were hard to handle. There's no getting around that, but I held my own pretty well, and just in the way I understand the world and how I see it functioning. And near the end of the trip, it was a little hard to handle some of the things that I was processing in my mind and going over, and just trying to understand what I really felt about that. I didn't fully understand how I was seeing things exactly.
About volunteering in general in another country.
I think it was more the society aspects of it and the differences. And when I got back, I had a bit of culture shock, and I had to sort of deal with how I was going to process how I had been living in Guatemala and how I was going to live in Canada, because there was no going back to the way I was living. Even at that, it wasn't really that bad, but to me, I just saw a lot of the things about it that I just was a little overly disgusted with.
So, having now gone to a third world country and been in a developing country, what changes did it encourage you to make when you got home?
Well, the first thing I did was I got rid of a whole bunch of stuff. I just donated a whole bunch of my belongings and clothes, and just live more simply and not need as much possessions and materialistic tendencies. I do a lot more, a lot less going out. I do a lot more cooking from home, and the whole way in which I handle myself socially, I think, is a little different. I'm not as, I guess, irresponsible and stupid. I was being young. I was having fun, and I'm just, now my headspace is just, it's in a different place where I just don't want to do that as much anymore.
You think it helped you grow up a bit, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Near the end of the trip, I wrote a lot about how I saw things with different eyes. I was given an opportunity to sort of see through the touristic veil that's placed before us when we go to countries like this. I mean, they just create this big fake world for us personally, because we come there and we support them with spending money, and they know that, and they count on that, and we take advantage of it a bit because we don't really even see it fully at first.
But the Guatemala Stove Project gave you something more, right?
It gave us the opportunity to be in their lives with them for a moment and really do something real.
And to go into their homes, to invite us right into their home. Yeah. And that's something special that most people never ever get.
No. And a lot of, like, when you go to places like this, I'd heard from some of the travelers that they were given a lot of attitude from locals, and I never saw that once. Not once. It could have been that they were just faking being nice to us, like, oh, buenas, like, whatever, because they say hola to everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the compassion and thanks that we got were real, and they were from the heart, and these people generally appreciated what we were doing for them and helping to change their lives.
Yeah, you did two things on the trip that make me smile, and one of them was when we took pictures and we had them developed and brought them back, and the other thing is when we were in another community and you treated the children, and I mean really treated them, to something they'd never had before, which was the permission to be creative. And how did both of those things, if they made me smile, how did both those things affect you?
It's making people happy. It's just, I want to do it every second of every day.
But something so simple that we take for granted, having a picture of ourselves.
It was, yeah, I mean, just photos. We have millions of photos probably built up from the way our society is, and to give them a gift of having just a photo of themselves. I mean, you can kind of do a flashback to your childhood of like when you had your first photo album, right? And you got to put your own pictures in it that you took or that your parents took of you and they gave to you or whatever. And it was really nice to do something like that for the people. And with the art, like helping these kids do something as simple as drawing a picture that they'd never done that before. I mean, that was just fantastic to see them break out of their sort of controlled worlds that they had been brought up and educated in, and let them totally just be free to self-explore their own imaginations was really awesome. And to let them know that whatever they did was really good, and to put it up on the wall that we painted the day before. Yeah. Didn't stick very well, so but we found a way, right?
It was there. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, I have to pee and go now because